Here we are at the third town called Tarrafal in Cape Verde. Another anchorage, another island, Santiago, biggest island of the archipelago and home to the nation's capital. We had been shoved around on the passage by big swell, and the swell reached Indus Bay. Visibility was clouded by the waves. It was tough to see a plot of sand below to drop anchor. But we found a suitable spot so we could go ashore. You hate to leave your boat in less than favorable anchoring conditions, but you must check in with the local police. That also means landing the dinghy, and with the swell, it would be tricky. In the middle there is Galopan. It's a good thing to have a motorized dinghy. You could row, but the wind has carried off some folks in the past. We dropped off Carlos on this beach first. He had some luggage for a trip to Praia. Then we made our way to the main beach. Objective, land the dinghy without being flipped over by a wave. Or you can ask a fisherman for a lift. Well, we managed with a slight scare. The dinghy was parked out of the way of the working fishermen, and I paid a local a few bucks to watch it. Then we made our way into town. First up, a welcome drink and a view of Galopan. This looks like a good place for fresh grilled fish. Carlos was on his way to the capital, Praia. It's a 2-hour north-south ride across the entire island. Tarrafal is home to about 7,000 people, a fishing village and a tourist destination, as well as a secondary home to many foreign Cape Verdeans. Carlos loaded up on cell phone data before running into an alligator, or shared taxi. He had some affairs in Praia and rented an apartment for a few days. We would meet him there for the weekend. After checking in with the police, which was easy by the way, we had a look around.
Coco, agua de coco. What name?
Okay, Marlesi.
Marlesi è cool. Well, here I am at anchor in Tarrafal de Santiago. It's a cool place, but the bottom here is full of rocks and there's sand patches, but I don't know where they are. So last night I could hear my chain rubbing against this rock all night long, going khonk, 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 and I didn't like it so much. So I decided today to change, and the anchor was stuck on a rock and I had a hard time getting it out. But I got it out, and then I moved, and I asked these fishermen if there was some sand up a little bit further ahead where I am now. And so I put down the anchor, but then as I'm backing up, there's a huge rock that I'm going over. So I went to check, and yes, indeed, there is a rock. But the anchor is stuck in front of the rock, in the sand, I hope. And then I went to thank the fishermen guys, gave them a couple beers and stuff, and talked to them a little bit. These guys are going fishing for 300-pound tuna or 300-kilo tunas tonight, like 80 miles up north, man. Those dudes are brave. And then they asked me if I could go give a couple guys a lift to get on a boat. And here they are right in front of me, and they're about to go off. Wow, it's always an adventure here, man. I think I might have to change tomorrow's spots, but so far so good. Seems like we're okay. We're holding. I know if my ankle will drag, it'll get stuck in this giant rock, so I don't think I'll go anywhere. But after seeing what happened to Jürgen, you get a little bit concerned about where your boat is and how it's anchored. So I think I'm cool here. Carlo went to Praia to meet a friend of his, and he's going to spend the night over there because it's pretty far. And Natasha met a friend of hers who's a Cape Verdean who lives in France, and she met him in France, and she took off with him. So I'm staying here put with the boats to make sure everything's okay, and tomorrow maybe I'll change spots again. So that's the lowdown here. These are cool. The blonde pirates. And c'est bra comme elle va être forte, elle?
I do Aikido.
You do Aikido also?
Yes.
We're going to Praia, and this is the way to go to Praia.
This family has been anchored here for some time. Carlos had told us to go and meet them to see if they would help watch over Galopan. Well, they certainly did help. Just a row away and a climb up those rocks.
We're off. Assumada. We're off to Assumada.
Assumada is the agricultural center of Santiago, and pretty much in the center of the island. We were blessed with an extraordinary weather day that offered stunning views. After the alligator dropped off our new friends, the pickup blazed up and down the serpentine road. Thoughts of terror did cross my mind a few times, as there seemed to be no speed limits or seat belts. Well, we wanted adventure, and for the cost of $5, it was well worth it. Alligator transport thousands of passengers every day in vans and pickup trucks all across Cape Verde safely. My faith must be with the driver, and it is. Nat is more worried about her waistline than for her safety's sake. With the excitement and stunning views, time passed fast. We were soon entering the urban center of Praia. For another $2, we rode a taxi to meet with Carlos in one of the city's suburbs.
¿Pueden entrar por la esquina para acá o por aquí?
This is the apartment we rented thanks to Carlos. It's in an area called Voyage, and it's kind of a upscale neighborhood, I guess, and it only costs 30 euros approximately for what you see, a 2-bedroom apartment, 2-bath, big kitchen, everything. And it's really cool. So it's the best way to come and visit Praia on a yacht. You have to leave your boat at Tarrafal because it's safer there than leaving it here at the port, because there aren't any facilities, there's no place to put your dinghy, and it's said to be a little risky because sometimes people could come and swim out and rob you. That being said, we've heard that some friends have come here and nothing has happened, and but it's not really a cool place to leave your yacht, because where the hell do you put your dinghy and stuff? So it was much better to leave it up in Tarrafal. So, but anyways, this is the apartment. Check it out.
Yeah, he sets my body in motion. He knows how to turn things up. And he knows knows what gets me going.
Carlos took us around to visit the city. Praia has a reputation of being dangerous, but like all hearsay, it's best to experience things firsthand. And the experience did not at all reflect the reputation.
Look at me, I'm in a bad situation. Look at him, he's got a bad.
It's a cool city. We found no danger, just nice people thanks to Carlos.
Why do I need to be good all the time? I'm wrapped around his finger, but he is mine. Don't care what they say, too late anyway. Why do I need to be good all the time? I'm wrapped around his finger, but he is mine. Don't care what they say, too late anyway.
Believe it or not, it's raining in Cape Verde. We're in Praia and walking through the rain.
Next, we will give Praia's nightlife a go. Maybe a good restaurant, a few bars, and some live music. Well, that did not happen. Once we went to sleep in a comfy apartment on solid land, it was lights out. We slept like babies. But tomorrow's another day.
Bad history, but what about it? Yeah, he's got a bad history, but I want him anyway. So look at me, I'm in a bad situation. Look at him, he's got a bad reputation. But what about it? Why do I need to be good all the time? I'm wrapped around his finger, but he is mine. Don't care what they say, too late anyway. Why do I need to be good all the time? Nah, nah, nah. No drama, no drama, yeah. Nah, nah, nah. No drama, no drama, yeah, yeah. Nah, nah, nah. No drama, no drama, yeah. Nah, nah, nah. No drama, no drama, yeah, yeah. Nah, nah, nah. No drama, no drama.